So, Fred, what makes you a Facebook expert? Why is someone going to listen to you?
Well, it's interesting. I've been using Facebook, and I've been using Facebook for business, like even before they launched business pages and well before Facebook started charging people for advertising or even had any advertising on the platform. So I think, initially they introduced pages for businesses. They introduced Facebook events as well. And back in the day, that was really my first experience with winning on Facebook, was just how many people we could drive to live events in Melbourne just through the use of Facebook events. And that was also the time, the good old days, I like to talk about it, when you had a business page, you're really focused on page likers, and 100% of people that liked your page were seeing the message that you put up on the page. Now then, things changed over time, and Facebook introduced, paid advertising into the system,
Well,
and bit by bit, we've
business.
seen our reach go down. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry,
Facebook actually became a business and actually started selling stuff, right? Because for a long time they didn't sell anything. So when they started selling stuff, all of a sudden then they had to change what they were doing, and that started the confusion that we have. Like, so many of us have business pages and even groups and stuff. So how does Facebook treat those two things a bit differently?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of us took it really personally when we saw our reach dropping, and less of, our people getting our message, and also felt very entitled that the fact that, even though we'd been given this product or this platform for free, and then suddenly it changed on us, there was a lot of entitlement there from us, and people were really upset. At the end of the day, as you've said, Facebook is a business, and there's always going to be a place for business on Facebook because Facebook wants our money. And if Facebook can help you make some money, then you're going to spend some more with Facebook as well. And it really doesn't need to be much. And I guess that's the crux of, what I've put together, or really what I wanted to speak about today, is how, you can work with Facebook's algorithm, its machine learning platform, and really get the most out of it for free. And then I guess, how that also supports paid activity, and how you can get a bit more bang for your buck when you do spend.
Yeah, so it's really important to have that mix. So if you've got a page, it doesn't send your message out to a whole lot of your audience, but within a group, it acts a little bit different. Facebook acts a little bit differently, right?
Yeah, groups are really powerful at the moment. We saw them, I think, early 2018 really take off. They've been around for a long time, but suddenly preference was given to, I guess, communities and groups within Facebook. So what Facebook wants us to do is to build, an engaged community of people that are, having a chat out sort of amongst themselves. Even, pre 2018, it was pretty easy just to share content from your business page across, on your personal profile, and get a whole, bunch of comments and interactions with customers that way. But since early 2018, Facebook's really putting us into pods now, and it's especially on our personal profiles, like, it's connecting us to our immediate family and friends and like-minded people. So if you were sharing stuff out from your business page on your personal profile and finding that was working for you a couple of years ago, you're probably finding that it's not working so much anyway, and you're just kind of spamming your family and friends with your business message as well. So yeah, a lot of people, I guess, are just looking at other ways to do it. And at the end of the day, like, we want to make sure that the time we're spending in front of our computers and on social media is productive, and we're not wasting time. We're not doing things the wrong way. So yeah, that's what I really focused on this year.
So with the algorithm and it keeping changing, like, is this really just a scam? Like, that's what everybody loves to say, that, hey, it's just a scam so Facebook can make more money. But what is it really about?
Well, I guess everyone wants to make more money. At the end of the day, like, Facebook wants to remain relevant and useful. They don't want to die like MySpace did, and they're going to do everything, to do that. And I guess one of the biggest problems that MySpace faced is that they didn't change. They kept themselves the same, for many, many years. And in reaction to that, we're seeing Facebook roll out changes right across its platform, everywhere from, its mobile app to the way personal profiles work, to pages, to groups, to ads manager as well. And we're seeing them update these weekly at the moment. There's even multiple changes, tweaks, tests happening as well. They go into different territories and they try something out, and then they, change their mind, and they change it again. So yeah, it's no wonder that there's a bit of confusion out there as to really what is the best way to do stuff. So the algorithm has been really completely revamped late last year as well, and it is now operating in a quite a different way than it used to.
Cool. So can you give us a really brief, Prace, I was going to say Pracey, that's a really old school word, isn't it? Can you give us a brief summary of, the 2-minute version of the algorithm and what it is? Because I know that you've got a download about this that gives us a lot more detail that you've actually already got in the directory. If people go looking for cool content there, we're building the library of content there, and your information is some of the cool content that we've got.
Yeah, that's right. I popped it up on my directory listing last night. It's 100% free download. It's available right now. I will post a link up to that in the comments of this video afterwards, so you guys can all grab it. And I'll give you the 30-second version of where the algorithm is at in 2020. And really, it's based, what we are seeing in our news feed is based on 4 factors. And those factors are the inventory of all of the posts that are out there for display. So, all of the posts that are out there in the world, from pages and people and all of that. It's actually more of those than anything, and it's impossible to show those to everyone, and it goes up and down depending on what's happening at the time. Then we have signals. So Facebook's algorithm is looking at the specific post itself and what signals that's sending it. So it's looking for things like, what is the kind of content it is. For example, video is number 1 at the moment. So if you're doing video or if you're doing live video, that gets big ticks from Facebook. It also, it's looking at the purpose of that content, how old that post is, who the publisher is, like what's your credibility with people. And what it's looking for is a signal that piece of content is meaningful and relevant to your target audience. Lastly, and this is the third one, because I'll give you the 4th one in a minute, is predictions. And that's basically how likely it is that a user will have a positive interaction with your content. So Facebook is looking for really positive stuff and stuff that people will engage with, share, like, and give positive reactions to. And finally, it's the final score. So that's the 4th point. And the final score is really the number, the score that's given to it based on those 3 factors above. And it's not necessarily, inventory plus signals plus predictions equals final score. There's another whole wave of calculations that go in that calculate. And the score can change as well, depending on how well that goes when you post it. So that's where we're at in 2020.
Cool. I imagine the score would change depending on the number of people that actually put a reaction and actually like it, and the number of people that share it, and the number of people that put comments on it, and all that sort of stuff, because they're indications that people have loved that particular content. So, it's important when you do consume something, if you like it, to actually at least put a like there.
That's right. It can go up, if it's positive, and likewise, it can also go down if it's getting people upset and is causing people to get distressed. Facebook doesn't want that, and then that content becomes demoted as well. There's a whole heap of tips in my download. It's a really good thing. I would encourage you to go on and do that. It really takes you through all of the things you can be doing with your posting. Posting is still very important in 2020. Getting the most, getting an engaged audience, talking to your people, giving them what they want. Really at the posting stage though, this is where we don't sell. We just want to educate people, give them value, entertain them even, get those positive emotions from them. And ads is really that point where we sell. If you're trying to sell in your post, you're going to be penalized, and that's going to be demoted by the algorithm. But paid ads are for selling stuff. So that's what they're for. So there's no penalty when you sell in your ads. So really, in a nutshell, we want to engage our people with good stuff organically, and even putting a little bit of money behind building engagement and getting that out to our people. And then once we've got that big audience pool, we can, hit them with a sales ad, and we're not asking them to jump into bed with us on the first date because they already know us and like us and they're ready to buy.
That's cool. It sounds like we're running the group just like Facebook are running Facebook these days, with having a directory to sell and the group to engage. So that's fantastic. So
we've all got to eat, Kevin, but we've also got to look after each other and help people and give them relevant and useful information on the way. So we can't eat all day.
Absolutely. That's a shame. Wish we could.
I do give it a good crack sometimes.